And we are here, and we are going
to
do our thing, because we always do. You know how that goes.
Go ahead and hit
There
that.
it is.
Here we go. Everybody knows what to do.
Oh, man.
I'm excited to be brewing with you.
always
But
excited.
first things first, forgive, focus, fly. Yup, that's right. Car guys and car gals, thank you for joining us in this next episode.
Yes.
This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And this is Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero, and we are going to be taking you to the
Land of Solutions. That's right.
Baby.
We're going to be talking about the actual news, fresh news that's been going on all around us, and the way that solutionaries have been rising up out of the ashes.
Yes, and we're going to have them confessions for you, them car guy confessions, not to mention the jump box.
It is going to be an exciting time for us to just have a cup of coffee and a conversation, a couple of laughs, and man, just have a good time talking about brewing solutions.
Like we always do about this time.
Welcome to the Car Guy Coffee Podcast.
Let's brew.
Thank you for being back here with us, everybody. We are so motivated to continue to brew solutions for you in the auto industry and those of you that are professionals all over the spectrum. Because this is something that, of course, is impacting everybody. What it is that we're facing industry-wise and world-wise, health-wise, that nobody's ever seen anything like it. But, man, it is really showing me a lot of the good of people, and it's giving me an opportunity to really dig deep to pull out all of the best that I have, all of the best thoughts and all of the best even some of my best dad jokes. You know what I mean? Just to keep the smiles moving. But car guys and car gals, we're excited to talk to you today about the Land of Solutions.
Yes.
We are going somewhere, Fred.
We are. And it's a long journey, but it's going to be a really fun journey, and we're starting it right now. We've brought you guys 11 different brews already. We started with, showing you guys what it's about. It's about, knowing, sowing, and growing, right? And then we went straight into the second one when it was talking about growing every day. You want to make sure that you grow, period. It's the more you know, the more you grow. And we kept going and we kept going. We brought it all the way up to number 11. And number 11 was Battle Buddies. And that was just another step to show you guys what it takes to make it in today's world. So what we're looking now into this crazy thing that's going on, this pandemic that we have going on, is what we're looking for is people, and we're looking for solutions. And we, together, we have a lot of solutions for people. But if we can get a community of people, we can have so many different great car people with their different thoughts. It doesn't matter if you've been doing it for a year, 2 months, or if you've been doing it for 30 years. We all have something that we could put into this. There's all so many solutions in this land that we could put together.
That's right.
And me and Lou, we want to organize that. We want to make it happen. We have a great lineup coming up soon. This show's going to be great today, too, but we have some shows coming up that you guys are going to be just like, wow, I can't believe you guys have those guests. And it's just going to keep coming like that. This is a great opportunity for anybody out there listening. If you have something that you can give to the world, that you can give to the car business, something from your heart that you know is a benefit for all of us,
Come brew solutions with us.
Yes, come give us. And
That's what we're doing.
Because it is time to rise with the solutionaries. So anyway, to the Land of Solutions. We're having a lot of fun together, Lou and I. We've come up with a lot of great ideas. We have all these different shows, and everyone's like, not everyone. I've had some people say, are you going to run out of ideas? No, I don't think so. I think that there's always a solution or a problem that needs to have a solution made for, right? So, that being said, we're going to keep rocking and rolling, and I'm not stopping. Won't stop, can't stop.
Can't stop, Rockefeller. Whoop.
You know how it goes. So, one of the things that I have noticed during this time is how great everybody in this business how great everyone's coming together right now. We're all trying to find a solution to make the car buying process easier in a time when social distancing is something that is major and that is needed. It's very hard. We're all used to the handshake, look you in the eye stuff, right? Completely out the window now. Can't do that.
Completely different.
So everyone's either freaking out and giving up, hoping that this ends soon, or other people are becoming innovative. They are stepping out, and but the coolest thing is that they're using these new innovations, and they are passing that information out like it's for free, because it is. And they're doing it because they understand that everybody in the business is struggling right now. We're not just one person struggling, one dealership. It's not just you, or me. It's all of us. The whole world is struggling right now, every continent. But one thing I can tell you is that we as car people, we have rose up, whatever you want to say. We have done that, and I've seen it so well over the last 2 weeks. I've seen so many great things on social media, free webinars, all kinds of crazy information being given out, people giving out this or that, and they're just doing it out of the kindness of the heart to keep, for one, them growing, right? Just like our episode's talking about, so many things. I'm super pumped up about that. I mean, I can't believe what people are doing, like us car people, the way we're lifting each other up right now. It's unreal. I could feel it when they try to lift me up. They feel it when I try to lift them up. Lou feels it. I feel it. We're just great synergy going on right now. So it is a great time to harness this. If you are a guy out there that is struggling in the business, you're trying to find something new and get you excited, get on social media, get on all those things. There's so many free things going on, so many people giving you information to show you how to do it, to include, and most importantly, Car Guy Coffee Podcast. I'm telling you, we have some great stuff to give you guys, and we're going to have some guests that are going to be able to share some more information about that. Lou's going to be breaking down some more information. I mean, trust me, as much as I talk, like I am currently, and as much as Lou talks, we have so much more stuff to talk about. That's not it. We have a lot more to give.
But wait,
there's more. Right, so, I don't want to keep going on about that. I just want to let everybody know, all you car people out there, car guys and car gals, I love what you're doing. I love that you're uplifting people. I want to be part of this movement. Let's all be part of this movement. We're all one. We are the world.
We are the world.
So, I can keep going. Lou, can you touch up on that a little bit? Or
I mean, I'm definitely in a mode where I want to continue to tell everybody to keep smiling,
right,
to stay energetic, to stay moving, to stay focused on solving a problem. I don't care if it's cleaning out the junk drawer inside of your kitchen. I don't care if it's taking down that one tree. I don't care if it's planting a new something on your land, or hanging a new plant inside of your apartment. I don't care what it is. Be working on a project, be doing something that is producing growth and that you can look to, and you can also continue to maintain, continue to build on. Only because it's something that's going to keep you sharp. It's going to keep you moving forward. It's going to keep you looking for the next solution to bring, especially when everybody's trying to deal with the shockwave of this. And even at the stage that we're at now, where we're actually not too far away from people actually being able to hear this, but we're going through as a nation what is our craziest time right now. Like even today, but when this gets heard, it's going to be even crazier. And we're on that tilt right now where we're really going to find out what we're made of as a people, and it's exciting to know that solutionaries are going to rise. And when we say solutionaries, we're talking about people that look at a problem, and instead of getting overwhelmed and stiffened with fear, they're looking at it and they're saying, hey, that can be taken apart this way and put back together that way.
Right.
There is an opportunity here for me to use what tools it is that I have and apply them. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And that is when the solutionaries start to rise up and say, hey, I understand that everybody is scared stiff, but I have an idea. Sure. And everybody is also getting to a place of being humbled to the point of being able to say, hey, maybe we should listen to this guy's idea. You know what I mean? And you know what? Maybe we shouldn't bust so many chops, and maybe we should be a little bit nicer to people. You know, the flack that we've been taking as car dealers, trying to still service the need of people that have to have a car to go all of these places that they have to go. Some of you dealers are still open. Some of you are still open for business and trying to stay functional in a way that lets people know, hey, it's clean, it's safe, it's sanitary for you to come and do your thing inside of our showroom. Other of you are like us, that you can't, your showroom is not open to the people.
It is locked.
Like, seriously, lock the door.
Lights.
What is that?
We actually even dim the lights in our showroom just to make sure people don't think that they can come in. You know, it's sad. It's so weird. It's like
It's
like
eerie.
being on the other side of like when you're talking to somebody in prison. I've never had to do that. I'm just seeing it in movies. But when you're literally sitting
to
there,
do that.
I haven't. I've been very fortunate. But how you see that. It's just
Both
glass.
sides of the glass.
You're almost on it. You don't have a phone though. When you do, you actually grab your phone and say, here's my number. You can do that. But you have to keep it so legal, and we don't want to do anything for one, illegal, two, something that's going to cause any kind of disease transfer that, that's not even on purpose, because most of the time in this situation, people do not know they even have it for like weeks. So, it's one of those things that you just never know. So you just want to be super safe, and we also want to make sure that we can help solve transportation problems for people. It's so important. I mentioned that in one of my lot walks recently, where I was saying, the reason why dealers are essential, and this is true. It's because it's not the fact that we sell vehicles, because anybody who needs like a Corvette or just that's not what today's world is right now currently. What today's world is the people whose car broke down and the repairs are just too much for them, and it's more than the car's worth, and they still need something to drive. Somebody who just got a job and they have to have something reliable to get them to and from work, just because they're doing stuff that is essential, right? I can keep going and going, but we are essential because we solve transportation problems. We help people get into a better situation than they're currently in. We help people get into a vehicle if their vehicle situation is not good. Once again, I can keep going on and on. So yes, we are essential. We're not out here, and what's cool is most dealers aren't trying to knock people in the head, like as we call it, right? We're actually trying to help people, because right now is a great time to build a great clientele that's going to just follow you for a long time, because they're going to remember you, that guy who helped him get through the weirdest time ever buying a car. How would you ever forget about buying a car during this time? You'll be like, remember that time I bought that car from Fred Lenart's, the Subprime Hero? Man, that was really cool.
And how do individuals want to be remembered themselves? How do you want to remember? How do you want to remember you going through this situation? You know what I mean? How do you want to recall this opportunity that you have? Because this is one of those moments in time that have been marked. So just talking about Brew Solutions inside of helping people out that are going through what they're going through, even inside of this, remember the Ford, we're close to a Ford plant. They produced about 60% of the trucks that go out for Ford are right up the street from us. Yeah. We service a lot of those people. They're currently on layoff. Ford has stepped up to do some things with their factories, and so have other manufacturers to help be part of the solution. They're rising up in this. But this guy understands he's got a job. He's got stable income. He's laid off because Ford is redoing things just during this time, to keeping the social distancing. But he's also being a little bit smart about his money too, understanding it's that time for the upgrade. Also understanding that he doesn't really need to flex too much on purchasing anything. Rates are decent, and he was teetering in a subprime area. Things lined up to where he's getting near prime rates. That lined up well for him and gave him the space of not having to do any Mayday, I need some help things, but just simply skip about a couple months of payments on the car he currently has, upgrade to what he actually needs, take advantage of the sales that are going on, and he doesn't have to sweat that car payment during this time, while he also recalibrates the rest of his finances, like many of you have done. Reached out to your finance companies, or taken a look inside of your finances and made an address of how it is that you're going to set things up for the short term and the long term. If you haven't done so, that's a little free something, put inside of your cup, sip on that, find solutions and be proactive about them, because no matter what, we already know we're months away from things even getting close to leveling off to what we were once doing. And while we're brewing solutions, it's good to be kind of ahead of that curve a little bit. But anyway, this customer was doing that. Yeah. He was just resetting his finances, got a newer vehicle that helped relieve the pressure of him having to make the payment on the car that he didn't really like anyway, and have time to be good while he is sitting at home holding on to his money while everybody's fighting to get toilet paper. He's kind of setting his finances up, and it's all good. He's a good, easy guy, but challenged us. We're putting together new processes. Because what happens sometimes, Fred? Sometimes you're on the road someplace, and what do you run into?
I don't know.
We're going to call this one a roadblock.
Okay,
or we're going to call this a closed road.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I knew it was going to be something like, but not exactly. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so,
But
yeah, no doubt. And that's exactly right. You got to constantly be innovative and evolving to try to do a process different for somebody else, and also show them a reason why it's a benefit to do it right now. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not a good time to buy." I don't know if I'm going to be. I'm off work until this is ending. Well, how are you going to make your payments while that's going on then? So what we can do is trade you out of vehicles, and of course, and then put you set up where you don't have to worry about making payments again till pretty much this whole situation, and you're back to work where they're probably going to allow it again. So you found a solution for them. That is what it's about, being in the land of solutions. Us car salespeople out here. I've seen some of the struggle. I've seen California completely shut down dealerships; they're not allowed to sell. I've seen Pennsylvania do it and then reopen it back up. I've seen our state go from where we had to be, sanitized, to where they cut it to where we look like we're going to be closed, to where they're like, no, we're going to let you stay open as long as you don't allow people in the showroom, et cetera, et cetera. So it is a crazy time because, once again, there is a fine line right now. Everyone's like, here's essentials and here's non-essentials. You got these business owners that are non-essentials now that are really struggling, whether you're in the car business or whatever. They don't know if they're going to be open after this is all said and done. There's a lot of great opportunity for people that are in small businesses. Just so you know, if you're out there listening, there's loans, there's all kinds of stuff the government's going to be giving you assistance that's going to help you be able to make your business stay afloat during this time. So please look into that. I encourage you, don't give up. Don't throw the flag in and say, you know what, or the towel, I should say, and say, I give up. So do not give up right now. Keep rocking hard. Look for new innovative ways to make your business and your product that you're doing bigger and better. And it is like right now,
there's ways.
What I'm looking at right now is I'm seeing a lot of people are getting online and they're doing like a lot of cool, innovative things. People are getting more video. They're getting more into this Zoom meetings, right? They're also getting into anything that's similar to that. Use that for your clients. If I was to say, currently in today's landscape, if I was looking for a solution, I would be looking to use social media. I don't care, I'm too old for that. No, then that's giving up. That's an excuse to me. You can learn anything. Don't ever tell somebody you can't learn, or you can't teach an old dog a new trick, 'cause you can. Trust me, I've learned a lot of new tricks in my day. So I suggest that you get into that and you guys start rocking and rolling with that, trying to figure out a way to get that part of your game hot, because once this is all said and done, that's going to be hotter than it ever was, because people are going to be used to being on social media that much. They're going to be used to using Zoom meetings for everything, because the biggest thing that keeps people from doing something is not understanding what it is. Unfamiliar. So you're like, man, that sounds great, but I've never done it, so I don't know how, so you don't do that. And so you get shown it a few times. Next thing you know, you get addicted to it because it's a lot easier than you thought it was. That's the same thing with Zoom meetings, same thing with anything online. It's actually easier than a lot of other stuff that you can do in person. Trust and believe. Especially with social distancing, I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be something that we're going to stop just because coronavirus, and they're going to have to keep aware, understand that when it gets cold again this year, when it hits fall, this disease is going to have another run again. That's what they already said. It's because it's the temperature. Definitely the summer is going to help us, guys. So be very fortunate at the timing of it all here in the United States. But understand that when it hits wintertime again and stuff, that it is going to flare back up in small spots. Hopefully by then they have a vaccine. I'm I believe they will. We got the best scientists in the world working on it. I can't believe they don't have one already. but that being said,
I think they got a lot of tests.
So be ready for it, but be ready for social media. And then what if it happens again? You're going to just have to start all over and have to learn it again. Just do it. Be good at it, and then follow through and keep doing it throughout after the whole episode. I mean, I would not our episode, of course, our brew. I'm talking about this whole situation, the pandemic. But yes, you guys need to make sure you do that. You guys need to show off everything that you have. Make it to where people feel like that you're having fun at work. Show fun videos. Show things like that. Talk about new dealers out there. Talk about the 84 months at 0%. Crazy. Explain what that really is to people. That's free money.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's free money.
Free money.
If you qualify for that, take advantage of that. Because
7 years.
That's what savvy people do, is they take advantage of free money and they leverage that properly. It is a good opportunity, especially when it's time to get out there. What I have noticed is that the savvy buyers are doing what they're supposed to do. They're staying home. They're adhering CDC regulations, and kind of
Saves lives.
getting out of the
true.
way and not having to deal with what is an emergency, which is what in the cases of the people that we're helping, they're making a decision based off of their situation and because of where it is that they sit financially and in the future.
Right.
So it's all of us adjusting. The good news is that there is another day coming. There is a different place that we're going to be inside of the United States of America and the world itself. And it's going to be a land where we are constantly trying to find a solution to keeping us separated from each other. The solution that makes us have to ever adhere to this type of a call again. That's going to be what I feel as though the mass focus of the world is going to be, trying to prevent this from ever happening again. While at the same time, people are going to rise above this and say, hey, this is how, even if this did happen, I can continue moving forward. I can continue building. I can continue being on a trail where I keep growing, essentially. You know what I mean? You guys hear Fred say it all the time, keep growing. You guys hear us say things like forgive, focus, fly. These aren't just cliches and anecdotal terms to upshift and uplift. These aren't just words that it's just not fun wordplay. We're car guys. You're car guys and car gals. The wordplay means a lot, but it's not just that. These are real mantras that need to be part of who it is that you are as people. It's not us. We don't own these words. You know what I mean? In certain ways that they're formed, we actually do. But we don't own telling you to upshift your attitude. That's something that you should naturally do. Right. You even sitting at home with your family, you should be trying to find a way to uplift the attitude, especially you mothers and fathers there, finding a way to be creative about showing your young people how to be uplifters during this time. It's a great opportunity for us to all find out what it is that we're made of, but where it is that we're going is exciting to me. There's an anticipation that I have. I understand a lot of things suck, and I feel so horrible about the people that I know of and have heard of that are going through some crazy battles and the losses of lives.
Yeah.
I am on my face about these things daily, but I can only be who it is that I am. And it's, I'm very metaphorical, and I often try to flow into a way that I, like a rapper, making similes and putting metaphors together to where you understand them, or speaking in parables like Jesus would, or any good storyteller. But it's important that you are a fountain of joy everywhere that you go. That's the one thing that salespeople are. Everywhere that they are, they're still, no matter what, hey, happy. Don't you want to smile? Don't you want to drive? That quintessential car guy that's always smiling, always pumped up, and maybe you might feel a little bit shady even because he's trying to get a weird snick out of you, but you at least give that guy a courtesy laugh. Right now, throw all of those bad dad jokes out there and get people to crack a smile. Have a good time, especially at home. It's way better. I mean, eventually the kids will push you out the door with okay, go say that one to the dog. But it is I don't know. It is important that we stay anticipating a great result in the future.
Oh yeah, you always have to have your eye on a prize, because without a vision of something, it never happens. You have to be able to see it first, and you have to believe that you can achieve it. And once you do, you can. You got, like he's talking about, you can't just give up and say, I'll just wait and do that later. I'm going to put it away for 3 months and then I'll wait. No. Adapt. Find a solution. Make it happen maybe even sooner. You have so much more time right now to make things happen sooner. You do. You can read more. You can study more. You can network with people more. For us car people right now, what's great about what's going on is when you are working deals currently, you're going to be dealing with more people who really want to buy. You're not going to have to deal with so many of those, hey man, that's a good looking car. What you got on that? Right? You're not going to get that so much. You're going to get more of the, hey, I need a vehicle right now, or I wouldn't even be out here trying to talk to somebody, right? So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get that phone call, say, hey, man, I don't want to leave my house, but my car's going to break down, and I have to still be able to go get groceries. I still have to do this. Are you even open? How can I buy? That's what you're going to deal with more. You may deal with more struggled credit right now because, you know, they're really needing something. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. We are servants to these people, and that's what your job is. And that's what's so beautiful about this sales job in car sales is that we get to serve people. When I say serve, it's not like, hey, here's your burger and fries. I mean, as in like serve them as a human being. You get to help them change their lives. You get to touch them, and you know, not right now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used those words, but you know, you get to touch them in a mental way, like, you know, change the way that they think about who you are, about what car people are. You get to change them in the way that they think about themselves. Like, hey, you know, I know your credit's not so good, but hey, no problem. So many people are going through what you're going through right now. There's so many ways that you can touch that person in their heart, in their mind, everything. So use that. You know, Lou and I were sitting here a moment ago, and I wrote this down, and I thought it was cool. We talking about the road to the sale. It's a 10-step process. We do that. But right now, it is temporarily closed, just like a road, right? It's right now. It's being serviced. It's being fixed.
Reroute.
So we have to take a detour.
Reroute.
And that's okay. You know, we have to kind of rewrite what we're doing, reroute what we're doing, and when we do this, it's okay. I know it feels weird, guys. I know it feels weird to do the process completely different, in and out, and it's going to evolve throughout this time. It'll probably change a couple more times over the next couple weeks, but it's okay because it's fun. You know, I always talk about getting uncomfortable. Guess what?
Hey,
you know, I talk about the fundamentals a lot too, and it's so important to have fundamentals. But the fundamentals obviously are going to be a little bit tweaked right now. That's it. But their basic fundamentals are still there. You still got to build rapport somehow. You still got to have them select a vehicle. They're still going to have to demo a vehicle. They're still going to have to negotiate a little bit. They're still going to have to. There's so many things they still have to do. So it's in there. It's just done so differently right now. But it's okay. I mean, all I can see, what I see is future car people. What I see is in the future, you gaining extra deals, selling people cars this way, solving transportation problems virtually. So you can still do it your other way, but now you're going to be able to serve and know how to serve these type of people who like to buy this way. All the Carvana people, let's take their business. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. But we get to do it with the real person. You know, we get to serve them the same way that they get served somewhere else. But you are a person who has empathy, who has a family too, who needs a vehicle just like they did, all that stuff, who has a trade-in that they're upside down and they need a little bit extra, but Carvana won't do it for them, right? That's what we can do. So learn how to be good at that. Get those extra deals this time. And then when you comes around and it flips, you have these and you also have your other deals. Use that. That is, man.
See, what I believe is that the people that are the newest in the car business right now, those that have some of the greatest potential, are the ones that are going to really be able to kind of pick their path of those that are truly finding the way, and they're going to come out thriving. The older car dog, and when I say older car dog, I mean an old mentality. The guy that thinks that they knew it all. The top guy that thinks that nobody can tell him what to do. He's been doing it his way. It's going to be that way. And managers, let him do their thing. Let him do his thing because he produces and such like that. Now that the whole game has changed, those that are most pliable, like a new trainable dog or a child learning a new language, they're most pliable when they're first learning language. Well, those new car guys are going to thrive. They're going to be good if they are taking in a good inspirational trajectory that keeps them motivated to finding themselves through this. Instead of seeing managers be pissed off and petrified, instead they see people that are trying to find a way to get better and adapt to it and give them a solution, and they find themselves in it. They're going to grow from there. I'm excited. I have a new guy with us. His name is DeMarcus. His last name is Champion. What a great name, and man, what a great name. He's just got songs that can play in the background. He's got a lot going for him. Good kid. I think he's got a great future in his business. I called it when I first heard his voice, just speaking to me on the phone to book the appointment to even come interview.
Right.
It was excited. I told Fred about it. And he hit his goal this month. He finished the month hitting his goal.
Good job, Marcus.
Closed out
Champion.
two different customers with a completely new process. Completely new process. It was his first day on the ground at the dealership. Again, behind the door, closing the door behind him, staying, doing all of this distancing stuff. He did it all and seamlessly put together 2 car deals that were enjoyable, simple, and prosperous as we try to make sure our business being. This has been an experience for him to take on and say, yeah, well, coronavirus, what?
Yeah.
I just made more money than I ever made in my entire life.
Right.
And had a good time, and I have a good testimony of people, and I hit the crazy, and I hit the goal that the dealership put up for me to do.
Yeah, great.
What a great opportunity for him. He is marked now by that.
Forever. He'll always
Which is
remember the year of the
exciting.
Rona.
That is the land of solution
All right, no doubt.
that we're going to, and I'm excited to be going there with
I am
people that are looking to find a way to get better and also adapt. We're going to do this. Car Guy Coffee. We got plenty to brew.
We do. We also got fresh news, and that's coming up next.
It is
I
coming
think
up
we
next.
dropped some knowledge and some fun stuff. Me and Luke.
We obviously got
over
time.
this. So
we got time.
it's the land
We
of
got time.
solutions.
Listen.
We love everybody out there. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back. All right.
Hey,
What's up, man?
it is time for the
Fresh news. You know, as the fresh news. So,
You gotta have it.
what's up, man? You guys ready to refill some of that cup? Because I know I am, Lou. What you got for us today on this fresh news?
Well, we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the incentives across the board for the car industry.
Nice.
In a swift response, hold on, let me quote this real fast. This is actually coming from J.D. Power and Associates. You might have heard of them. In a swift response to the economic uncertainty fueled by the coronavirus pandemic, automakers are scrambling to offer car payment programs to help those whose paychecks are threatened by the outbreak. Many car makers are also creating special coronavirus car deals to persuade consumers that now is a good time to buy a vehicle. That's kind of what car guys are always doing. Now is the best time to buy. Today's the best
tomorrow.
day.
Not even later today.
Today's the best day.
Right
the
now.
The best deal is right now.
Right this moment.
Okay, so that's just keeping it consistent with car guyisms. Okay, Fiat, Chrysler, Ford, General Motors, Honda, Hyundai, Nissan, and Toyota are among the major car manufacturers who have announced coronavirus car payment plans and programs.
Alrighty then.
Other car makers may follow suit as the auto industry strives to stave off the double whammy of plunging new vehicle sales and rampant car loan defaults and repossessions. While the automakers' COVID-19 programs of incentives and sales support have been instituted quickly, they are not unprecedented. So when speaking of not unprecedented, there's been so much that the car business has done to shake, rattle, and roll their way out of calamities.
I would say so.
You know what I mean? And because we're resilient, if there's a program for it, we are going to work it to the fullest.
Remember Cash for Clunkers?
Cash for clunkers.
We use that to the fullest.
Some people are still inside of that loan. That was a long time ago. But either way, there's so many things that have been put together to try to even take down the car business. There's people that even right now would even stay, would throw up their negativisms. But we're here to absolutely slay the stigmas because this business is going to keep going on. I don't know if anybody knew, but for the most part, what everybody's getting to using now is their car even more. In places like New York,
Their own car.
El Patron talked about it the other day, understanding that his market has shifted. All of those people that are not wanting to be close to other people have jumped into the market. This is something that is going to explode in the side of any metro area that has public transportation. You just gained a whole lot of customers that have no clue what they're doing in buying a car and need to find people that they actually trust. So those of you that are up there in those metro areas that have big bus lines, trains,
Scary.
cabs, Uber,
Wouldn't do it.
it is time for you to prepare yourself to just have that conversation with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. And yes, they're 40. Yes, they're 60. Yes, their entire life has been dependent on a public transportation system that now you're trying to say, hey, this is going to be your own car. And do you have insurance?
When's the last time you had insurance? Do you even have a license?
Oh, man, I didn't need that. I got this ID, though. Well, that's not going to work anymore. And not every city has a bike you can rent. And because of everybody trying to stay clean, nobody's going to want to jump on those bikes and scooters right now. And I may be wrong. I don't know. I don't live in a major metro area anymore. I can't imagine going through this, living the way that I'm used to living. The people that I know that are still inside of New York and are still there, they're going through stuff that I couldn't imagine going through right now.
Nope.
And I am so thankful and so grateful that I can go for a walk and for a long time, and I'm still home. But
Yeah.
it's something that is getting ready to turn for so many people that are in this industry. They're going to have buyers that weren't buyers before.
That is some fresh news for you guys, I'm telling you.
Be ready for that.
Be ready for it.
What do you got on that subprime side? So on the subprime side of it, what would be something that is kind of great news in this situation?
In this situation, when it comes to subprime financing right now, you have a lot of opportunity for not just the salesperson, but for your buyer. So if you want me to give you a few tips that you could throw at your people that are potential clients of yours.
Throw them.
So first tip I would tell them is that they are going to save a lot of time from sitting inside of a dealership. Lou and I talked about this earlier. Everybody, you can literally sit on a couch and buy a vehicle from us. We will do all the work for you. I mean, at least most dealerships are. The guy's going to go out, take all the pictures, send you videos of the vehicle. He's going to follow up with you, and all you have to do is say, I like it, don't like it, I like it, I don't like it.
What else you got?
So that's one benefit. Two, they're going to be able to get their application pulled over the phone or online. I know there's a lot of places that do that currently, but a lot of what I would call strong dealerships do not. They request the customer to come into the dealership. They have people in there or BDCs set up that are very good at setting appointments. Okay, so that is what it's going to do. It's going to eliminate the time of, one, the salesperson having to struggle getting somebody in who wants to make sure they're approved first. Two, the person who wants to get approved first, they're going to go ahead and get it done. So it's going to save a lot of time there. And that's two things there. So a third thing that I can say is that dealers during this epidemic, they're going to give you some of the best deals they possibly can. They're going to make it very seamless for you. So they're going to make sure that when they first give you numbers, they understand negotiating isn't the same when it's not face-to-face. It isn't.
Totally.
So we're going to throw the best numbers at you up front because we want to make sure that you don't get scared at all. We want to make sure that you feel like, okay, that's a deal. I have to do it, right? So we're going to make sure of that. And I know that we're going to do that. Most dealers are going to do that. New car dealers 100% are going to do that.
If you're going to be a dealer that survives, you're going to do this. You're going to find a way to deliver a vehicle with a 100% contactless transaction.
Right.
I mean, that's what's going to happen in most case scenarios, at least if you're going to thrive through this. Some dealers were able to shut the doors, lay off their entire staff, and still be able to be functionally healthy when they come back and reassemble. Other dealers can't. It's crucial that every single deal happens. There is a lot of staff that's out there that's depending on those that row those boats to get out there and row those boats, help out the people that are looking for solutions. It's important that you put yourself in the path of those that are needing it and let them know you're available. But there is some great opportunity.
Great opportunity both ways. I mean, I really truly believe that the customer, it's going to be, it's in their ballpark more than it is in ours right now, which is cool. But there's a way to make it in our ballpark. You just have to get good at this. It's that simple. It's like anything else. Home field advantage is only because they're used to that court. If you get used to that court, it becomes your home field. Michael Jordan used to go to Madison Square Garden and tear it up. Kobe Bryant used to go to Madison Square Garden and tear it up because they loved playing there and they understood the history of it and they played there plenty that they got used. I mean, it's just the way it was. So it's the same thing. Make it your home field advantage. Make whatever you think is a disadvantage an advantage. Get good at it.
Yep.
I mean, that's straight up. So
in other news, Things are changing. Stay up to the times. Check out what's happening inside of your particular area. Find out what your banks are doing. Give them a call. Read their news. Read their bulletins. Everybody has a COVID-19 program thing or a way that they're communicating with their customer base. Any of your vendors, find out what it is. There's a lot of stuff out there. So you want some fresh news? Go look for it. Any of your lenders, go look for it. Any of the manufacturers, go look for that information that's out there. It would be very cool of you to know what's going on, because when you get that customer that's on the phone, they're going to ask you, and you're going to need to know. And if you don't have an answer, guess what you're not going to have much of? A conversation.
Yeah.
And if you're not having much of a conversation, guess what you're not going to get to do? Follow up on that conversation. And if you don't follow up on that conversation, you're probably not leading yourself to delivery.
No doubt.
So being that we are on this 12th episode, going to the land of solutions, and you have brewed as much as you have brewed with us, you have gone from the point of starting to know, grow, and sow your process all the way to the point of delivery, then understanding that once you've mastered the process, you need to team up with a battle buddy to take on this adventure, going to the tops of the mountains of the Solutionary Hills, where we are brewing solutions on a constant level. It's important that you know that there are solutions there, and you can sing songs, and you can hum tunes, and you can freestyle, and you can sing, play music, but you need to enjoy yourself. We're going to the land of solutions, people. And there's fresh news there.
Yeah, it's always fresh news there, guys.
Always fresh.
Because everything's fresh. Because every time, every second is something fresh.
Fresh. It's new.
It is.
Time to brew.
It is time to brew. So just make sure you guys get those steps down, peepers. And make sure that you do everything that you need to do, peepers. Okay.
Check it out. Hey.
All right.
Hey,
Whoa.
It is time.
Yes, it is.
All you neighborhood hope dealers out there, we are going to deal you a little bit of smiling, sunshining. Well, let me say that we come up with so many different terms and words. One of them would be upshift. One of them would be uplift. Now, sometimes when you uplift things, it takes a little bit of helium. With this helium, because you're really not a true car guy unless you know how to do balloons.
No, you don't.
I'm sorry.
Balloons are important.
You got to know how to do some balloons. I don't care if it means making a balloon animal. You got to know how to do some balloons.
Balloons.
Okay? You got to know balloons.
That's important.
Anyway. Freddie.
Yeah.
You got a confession session
I do,
for us?
man. I got this, our special car guy confession session for today on our 12th brew. It's Lou and I, for many years, we used to travel all over the United States, and we hosted events at different stores. We would help them either increase their bottom line for the end of the month, or we do some training to get their guys motivated so that they could finish the year strong, quarter strong, whatever it was. Also implement some new types of marketing strategies, whether it be mail or whatever. Long story short, Lou and I we're up in Washington State, and we're out there, and it was a pretty decent sale. We're out front. We're up. We had music going. We're putting up balloons the whole night. So we're in the back, and we have the Skybuster going. And you know what the Skybusters are? They're them giant, like 6-footers. Like they're like real big. So we're in the back, and we're like,
This is Washington?
this is Washington.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're in the back, and we're like, we're getting it going, right? And if you know, like the neck, sometimes it'll get a little floppy from the air. So we're sitting there, and it's probably 4, almost 5 feet wide, and we're still trying to get it big because we like it to be big. And so we're getting it going, and all of a sudden it just starts going crazy. None of us it just took off in the air. So now you have this giant Skybuster just up in the air. So you're watching it, we're like, oh crap. And they're not cheap. They're like $60 to $80. I can't remember, something like that neighborhood. So we're watching it, trying to make sure we can get it. And there's obviously we're on like car row, so there's dealerships everywhere. It flies across the highway. Well, I would guess you would call it a highway. It's like a little 4-laner. It lands in another dealership right in the middle of their freaking lot. It was just like, oh crap. So none of us go after it naturally, and we just get another Skybuster out of our little travel bag that we had. We put it in there. We blow another one up. Well, In the meanwhile, we look over and all of a sudden, that green, it was green, I remember, that green Skybuster was blown up and put up on their lot. So they took our Skybuster that blew up in there. I'm sure they watched it and witnessed it fall all the way down. We lose it. And they use our own Skybuster against us. But I'll tell you, it was a lot of fun that week. That team across the street was pretty cool. Lou was out front one time. You know, Lou likes to break dance. I'm sure you guys seen some videos here and there. But
the guy was doing groundwork. He
he
was
was-
breakdancing
he
too
was-
on the other
he was
side.
crushing it,
And
and
then
they-
the
and then they
B-boys
would
dancing,
stop
I was
doing
like,
B-boys.
oh, here we go, and it's starting to get it on. Oh, that was a good
so
time.
that was fun. And then I remember that store also. They had the espresso guy would drive around, the little coffee guy up there. That was some strong. Like your teeth were black when you were done drinking it. It was like crazy thick, but very good. But anyway, that is my car guy confession session. It's really short and sweet, but man, that's a great memory I'll never forget. It's just one of those things that happened, and the camaraderie between the two stores, even though we were direct competition, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a good time. It definitely made us upshift our game, but it was a good time just to be car guys having a good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know if I said good time enough, but really, I'm just having a good time. You know,
Always.
even if you're having to square off with a whole other car dealership, it's all good. You'll find a way to do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Car guys and car gals,
That's
thank
right.
you for joining us during this car guy confession session with our, I don't know, the busting of our balloon or
Yeah.
the balloon busters.
Yeah. Something like that.
I don't know.
We'll just call that
I should have ended it over a minute ago.
But it's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. You know what? We'll use it later. You know, that's what you do with those.
Car guy confession
Man, this
sessions.
balloon is out of helium, and we're out. It is. Time.
Yay.
Here we go. Hit that clicker one time.
Take two for the jump box.
Whoa. We're trying to find a way to get yourself up and moving.
Get that engine going.
Well, you know what you need?
No, I
Hey,
do.
go grab it. Who didn't plug it in?
Ah,
Yeah,
dang it.
go get it. Somebody go get the jump box.
I'll get it. I'll be
All
right back.
All right, well, here we go. We got that jump box. Hey, go ahead and connect that negative. Address the negative. There's negative things. You got to address them.
Always.
Unveil that positive.
Whoa.
Go ahead and make the connection there. Turn that sucker on.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see if we can go ahead and get something started here.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Whoa, there we go. All right,
it is.
that's the power that we're looking for, folks. Welcome to the jump box. Was that corny enough for you?
I hope so. I hope it was. Because if it's not corny enough, then we need to amp that corny.
Yeah, we got to keep it corny. Keep it corny in your coffee. You don't put corn in your coffee, silly. Anyway, so being serious and seriously silly.
That's right. Kiss.
Talking about making sure that you have a jump start to where it is that your career needs to go right now, because it looks like everybody's battery is going on a little bit of low and a little bit of slow. Now that we're applying this jump box to you, let me tell you what it is that you can do to Brew Solutions wherever it is that you are. There's some great resources that are out there.
man.
A lot of stuff costs money. A lot of stuff is also going to cost time. That's the main thing that it is that's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a little bit of time, a little bit of research, a little bit of reading, and a little bit of discipline. But there's some great people out there. So let me make a couple of recommendations. One, you want to talk to somebody on the front end, which is more of my flow, a great general sales manager that's very motivated and very excited.
He's actually a GM now.
He is a general manager now. Look at him moving on.
Yeah, he just got promoted to that, man. It's awesome.
That's great. That's a great move, and he absolutely deserves every bit of it. And you guys are going to hear probably a little bit about that journey, because he's going to be on the Car Guy Coffee podcast, and we are going to be having a good time brewing solutions with him. Justin Jarek,
That's right.
over in the Sunshine State, enjoying what it is that we do.
Yeah.
We brew solutions.
That's right.
He's having a great time out there. But if you want to find out a couple new tricks and shticks and things that you can do inside of your store, check him out.
Check him out.
That's a good way to jumpstart. You just take one of his ideas that he gladly shares with you.
Every single day.
And he's always brewing a solution, and that's exciting. It's a very motivated
car guy that is
Check him out.
making things happen. Justin Jarrett, go check
All
him out.
social media resources too. He's on everything from YouTube to Facebook. He puts out videos. I've actually stole a few of his ideas too, and I've let him know I did. But man, he's actually a very, very smart young man and just doing
Knows his
things.
stuff.
Doing
He's
things.
part of the 40 under 40.
Yeah,
he's a
real deal.
guy that's really trying to make things happen and keep things shaken up, but he's always brewing solutions. So check him out. There's another one that Nissan store, right?
No longer. He doesn't work at any store
That's
anymore.
where what I'm talking about is that's where I met him.
Yeah,
that's where I met him then.
Yeah, he was at a huge Nissan store out there. It's right outside St. Louis.
St. Louis, right?
It was more like Alton, Illinois area, and yeah, man. Adam Marburger. He is an amazing entrepreneur. This guy, he's owned several businesses. He's everything from real estate to the car business. You know, he owns his own gym where it's a mixed martial arts gym, but mostly Brazilian jiu-jitsu, in which he is a purple belt. Wow. He's also a champion when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's won a lot of trophies, won medals, all that type of stuff. He's a bad boy. He works hard. He does everything that you can imagine. One thing he specializes in is F&I, and he's amazing. He's a tough. He goes at it. But he has such class and just such a demeanor to him.
Like a bravado.
It works so well. Almost Wall Street-ish. You know, he knows what I'm talking about. I love Adam. I've known Adam. I've worked out with Adam. He's a tough go-at-it guy, and I appreciate everything he's doing. He has tons of resources. He will also be on the show very soon, guys. Can't wait to have him. He's a lot of energy. He has a lot of free stuff. Check him out. I'm not going to give up too much more stuff about him because he'll talk about it on the show. Going on to the next step, there's a guy that's in our state. He used to be the general manager of the #1 Chevy store in the state, the #1 store in our state.
Are you talking about
Glenn Lundy?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm working on getting him as a guest. I'm not going to say he's a guest yet, but he's a very busy guy right now. I figured I'd mess with him when I feel like he has a little bit more time, which he does right now. So I'm going to throw out a little message to him, but a little shout out to you, Glenn Lundy.
You'll be on our show, Glenn.
You will be on our show.
Because you're definitely brewing Car Guy coffee.
Oh, my God.
It only makes sense.
He's very big inspiration for me. He's probably watching him do his thing has made me want to do more things for myself. So thank you, Glenn, for that. Thank you to Justin, to Adam, to all y'all. You guys all inspire me every single day. I love watching what you guys do on social media and what you're doing with people, especially right now. You guys are really stepping up. I think me and Lou are trying to do the same thing. That's the network I want to be part of, and I think that it's great that I am in that network, and I'm glad that you guys are part of my network too, because when our communities can combine, we can spread this, and it can go so much further, and that's the whole idea. So let's keep that rocking. Now, there's another person that there's another person I want to get on our show. He's very busy. He's up in New York. His name is he goes by El Patron. First name is Rudy. Now, Rudy is a very, very, very hard working guy. I mean, I've seen this. You want to talk about social media? He probably out of all the ones that I've mentioned is on social media more than all of them. He not only did he run the #1 Mitsubishi store in the state of New York. He also he just left that. He just left that to take an opportunity to start a Chevy store. Within months, all this stuff happens. Let me tell you something, though. He wakes up every day and he still does his thing. He still gets up and he puts positivity out there in the world. He still gets up and he does his workouts. He still gets up and he gets to work and he talks about new solutions that he can come up with to be able to deliver a vehicle, which he finally got to do the other day. He did a off the lot delivery. First one that he has an opportunity to do since they did do the shutdown for a little while. So props to you, El Patron. I'm going to get you on the show. I already know it. I hope to get on your show one day. Me and Lou come out there. We'll have fun, man. Former New Yorker. I guess once a New Yorker, always a New Yorker, right?
We're going to have a good time. But I'm excited that we're going to just show up at your store one day.
Y'all need to check him out.
We're going to have a slice of pizza, and we're going to talk about solving problems.
No doubt.
But El Patron, the pattern, that's what that means. For those of you that don't know, that means the pattern, which is interesting because he also calls himself one of the best dressed car guys out there. I understand.
He says not one of the best.
Oh, he says he's the best.
Well,
everybody says they're the best.
I'm the best dressed in the business. I'm the best dressed in the business.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Well, come have a cup of coffee and a conversation and see if we have some dope fits and nice kicks.
My sneaker
dope
game
shirts,
is pretty dope, though.
Fly ties.
Rudy,
I'm just a car guy.
Yeah.
Rudy.
Yeah, so, these are just a few names. So, as a jump box out there, we're just saying go out there, look for these people on social media. Let me tell you, for one, ask them to be friends, and they will say yes. They will immediately be able to, you have resources from them. And then their network. You check out who they're friends with, who they're following, who they're liking, because they have a lot of friends that do great things too. And I can list names forever, and I don't want to name drop, and keep telling you these names. Go out and do the research yourself. Put some initiative in there. We just gave you four. We just gave you four of them.
You should be listening to them. Again, they've impacted us in one way or another, and we're definitely taking what it is that they're brewing and trying to apply it to our life, because that's the type of people that they are. They are people that are pouring into others. They're brewing solutions, and they're overcoming challenges. So if you want to find a way to jumpstart your battery or jumpstart your engine into moving in the right direction as we come out of this craziness, hey, go ahead and listen to some of the stuff that they're brewing. We're not the only ones brewing solutions. We're just doing it on the Car Guy Coffee podcast, which all solutionaries are welcome to be a part of.
Always.
Get you some.
That's what we do here.
So this has been a fun jump box.
Always.
I am excited to get ready to brew solutions in another direction. Maybe drop a bias tip or two. Talk to you in a few. Cars.
They did
so
change
that's what you got to do.
That's what you do, man.
This was have to happen.
Hey, listen, man. When you go buy a car, make sure you bring me.
Yes, bring me.
You don't want to buy one without me. So, yes, we've all seen that. We've had the third wheel, the third baseman. We've had the car lawyers. We've all had it.
That's kind of something else that's kind of been taken out of this. The third baseman is sitting on the recliner, just barking, their opinion all over everything. But right now,
quick buyer's tip, real quick. I'm going to throw this out there. Don't bring a third freaking baseman with you. Do not bring your car lawyer.
Not to your appointment to pick up your delivery that was 100% faceless. Don't bring them there to all of a sudden block on you when you finally found a solution to your problem.
They're haters.
You don't want to bring the haters.
Don't. So that's number one. Number two, today's world is a little different. And we've talked about this for our sales pros on the other side, people in the automobile business, but for you buyers right now, which is all of us, which is both sides. When you're out buying, there are some great rates. So just take advantage of those. If you're at a situation where your payment is a little high and you want to try to get a lower payment, and you've been making great payments for about a year to 2 years now, go ahead and jump in and see about refinancing through a lot of these credit unions right now. They're all looking for business. I'm also going to say this. If you are owning a vehicle and you are struggling to make your next payment because of this whole thing has laid you off of work, a lot of banks right now are doing skip-a-pays. If you are with a credit union, give them a call. I'm sure there's a way to get some help that way, some payment relief. But ultimately, we use that word a lot, ultimately,
guys,
if you come into one of my stores, I'm going to do everything I can to help you do the same thing. And I'll probably put you in a better vehicle. So take advantage of the different deals and the skip-a-pays or the low interest rate, whatever that you're looking to take advantage of right now. Honestly, buyer's market, period. So it's great for you. Take advantage of it. What else do you think, Lou?
I'm going to say really just know where you're at right now. Take a quick recalibration of where it is that you're at right now. What it is that you owe on your vehicle, and ask your bank if they have any programs for some sort of a refinance on your current automobile right this moment. If there's a way for you to save money and give less of your interest dollars to the bank, take advantage of it.
Do it.
But just ask. You never know if you don't ask. Make the phone call. Everybody has a program for something, and I can't echo it any more than it has just been said. You need to make the phone call. Be proactive about this. Buyers, it is your market. And find somebody that you trust doing business with and find out what it is that they're doing. Encourage them. I kind of want to encourage you buyers out there. Call your car guys and your car gals and encourage them, because somebody needs to encourage the encouragers.
and tell them, hey, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. And I still love you. And when it's time for us to buy a car again, I'm definitely going to try your new process. Ting! Give them a shot.
Yeah.
Give them a call, buyers out there. But other than that, I mean, I think you laid it out fantastic, subprime hero style. Give it to them. So, get you some of that, drink it up. Car guys and car gals, it has been so fun brewing this session with you. We are Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Talk to you soon.
Very soon. We'll be back
And
with our
we're
to-go cup.
out.